Hey guys, 22 Plinkster here, and this is going to be a little bit different video. This is the COP, standing for Compact Off-Duty Police Derringer. It was created by Robert Hilberg in 1983 and produced all the way to 1989. And in my opinion, it is one of the most ridiculous firearms ever created. You may have seen it on my channel years ago when I showed it when I was testing out the CCI. I think it was the Big 4 shot shell, but it is chambered in 357-38 special. But before we talk about it anymore, let's do some more shooting. I'm gonna be loading up some 38 specials. And like I mentioned before, this is probably one of the most ridiculous guns that I own. So here we go. Let's see if I can hit these steel plates really close. I totally missed that far left one and hit the plate behind it. That doesn't count. There we go. So it is chambered in 357-38 special, and it's kind of a weird story about this firearm. So Robert Hilberg created this gun in 1983, and it is actually a well-designed firearm. It is very well made. And now, 30 years since they've been created, there's kind of a demand for them. I don't know exactly how many were made, but it is a Derringer style pistol that breaks open right here at the top. It has 4 barrels right here, so it's kind of odd, but it is double action only, and the trigger on this firearm is ridiculous, okay? The trigger, well, I'll just show you. If you ever hear me talk about a trigger poundage, or how much the poundage of a trigger is, it's not how much this trigger actually weighs if you would take this trigger off and weigh it. Now this is for 99% of you gun guys, you know what I'm talking about, but for your new gun users, what it basically means is how many pounds or how many ounces of force it takes to pull the trigger back to make the firearm go off. So let's check this firearm. It is unloaded. Right here I have a Lineman digital trigger gauge. This tells me exactly how much poundage is on a trigger. In this firearm, it breaks at about 2 pounds, 15 ounces. So this is a really, really good trigger. Now, let's try to measure the COP. The firearm is unloaded. Let's clear this out and hit ready. All right, here we go. It's over, okay? It is, I didn't even get this trigger halfway back, and this scale goes up to 12 pounds. So I would say that this trigger is probably about 18 to 20 pounds. Just absolutely positively ridiculous. So as you can tell, the trigger is absolutely positively horrible. You know, this firearm was created in the 80s. There were a lot of things about the 80s that we wish we could forget, okay? You know, the hair, the clothing, vehicles like the DeLorean, and let's not forget the music. So this firearm has 3 1/4 inch barrels, 4 barrels, and it does have very crude sights. The trigger is well over 12 pounds, and it makes it kind of hard to aim. Not only aim, try to stay on target while pulling the trigger. It is very difficult, and you never know which barrel is going to fire. I think this firearm fires clockwise, but it just has a rotating striker. So if you dry fire the firearm, and usually if the firearm fired the top left one first, and you dry fire it a couple of times, it's going to stop or fire on like the bottom left. So it's just constantly rotating that striker, hitting those firing pins. And it's very, very difficult to aim with. So that's why my targets are pretty close here. Let's shoot some more 38 specials, and it is a chilly morning in Tennessee. Let's go right over here. All right, see, I barely hit that target on the right shoulder. All right, I actually went 4 from 4, but I put it on, I shot it a little while ago at 20 feet, and I aimed center mass at the target. And you can actually see the 4 barrels. I was aiming the same place, but you see a shot here, shot here, shot here, shot here. So it's a perfect square. Now, in every video, I try to go out at 100 yards. I doubt very seriously I'm gonna get anywhere near that plate at 100 yards, because I have shot this firearm on paper sometimes. And yes, the barrels do have rifling in them, but the problem is sometimes the rifling doesn't stabilize the bullet, and the bullet's actually keyhole. So if I hit this 100-yard plate, it's going to be totally by luck. All right, here we go. Whoa, that was way right and way high. Oh my goodness, I actually hit it. That was total luck. I was aiming about 4 feet below the target and about 2 feet to the left. Okay, now it won't fire. See what's going on here. So something jammed up in there and the trigger will not pull. So let me reload it here and try again. But that was incredible. I can't believe I actually hit it. That is actually the first time this gun's ever messed up on me. I haven't shot it much. Let me see if it's still locked up. Nope, it's good. There we go, right in the middle. So yeah, it fires, it shoots, but it is a very, very, very difficult firearm to shoot. And you know, I inherited this gun years and years ago by my uncle who passed away, and he made these custom wood grips on it because he had rather large hands like me. So I've got big hands, I can palm a basketball in my left and right hand, not a problem. But anytime you have a very slim grip and big hands, it's kind of hard to shoot. So he left me this firearm when he passed away, and it's been in my collection. I have a lot of firearms. I like firearms, but for some reason, I always gravitate towards, you know, very unique, almost, you know, niche style firearms like this, novelty firearms. They just get my attention. And when these guys first came out, they were worth, you know, they were selling for about $350, $400, but now they're considered collector's item. You know, you can find these guys close to $2,000 online that's in the box, brand new, never fired. But the COP 357, it is a pretty cool gun. I think it's getting a lot of attention now by, there is a video game called TF2. I'm not a gamer. I know nothing about video games, but I made a little short on YouTube about it, and everybody was, you know, commenting that this is the Shortstop, a particular gun from TF2. And I'm like, what are they talking about? So I actually looked it up online, and a modern day video game has now brought back the COP. And I guess it's why it's so popular these days. Now in 2023, they brought the COP to life, and that's what's driven up the price a little bit. But you know, in a video game, I don't know what it does. You gamers out here tell me, you know, if it was a good pistol in the video game or a bad pistol or something that you want to get or you don't want to get. But in real world scenario, it is not a good firearm for self-defense. Give me a little snub-nosed 6-shot revolver any day over the COP, but nevertheless, it is a pretty cool firearm. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions whatsoever, leave them in the comments below. Until next time, y'all be safe and keep plinking.